Good morning, Pittsburgh. Thank you for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Daybreak. I'm Taylor Spirito.
And I'm Nick Tomarello. Coming up on today's episode, One Point Park team is heading for the championship tournament. Find out where to watch and why this tournament is a special one.
And Pittsburgh is going to be getting a little bit brighter. We'll give you a preview of this year's Light Up Night.
Pittsburgh's Urban Redevelopment Authority is receiving new leadership from an out-of-town source.
And of course, our national and sports reporters will give you everything you need to know in the sports world and on a national scale.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Pittsburgh. Daybreak starts right now.
Start your mornings with us, only on Daybreak.
So Nick, we just saw our first snowfall in Pittsburgh. It didn't necessarily stick. Places around here have been sticking, but it got a little bit warmer today.
It did.
Which is strange.
Yeah, well, it's Pittsburgh weather. The snow is coming down. I believe it even turned to hail earlier this week for that first snow that we at least got downtown. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's not going to be crazy this weekend. I know I have some stuff that I have to go record.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's not too cold.
I mean, I'm just a little mad that it was really, really cold on Wednesday because I wanted to, seize that day as much as I could.
Right.
Happy birthday to me. But we do got Colton Tobias over at the weather station. Colton, what do you got for us in weather?
Well, Nick, the good news for you is that it's not going to be that crazy. We are going to expect some sunny skies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But the bad news is that cold weather is going to be staying around, but it's not going to be as cold as it was throughout the week this week. So tomorrow on Friday, you can expect some sunny skies and about a high of 43 and a low of 26. On Saturday, you can expect a high of 39 and a low of 23. And on Sunday, you can expect a high of 45 and a low of 30. So it's not going to be raining out. It's not going to be snowing out like we saw this week. But you might want to wear those scarves and maybe some gloves because it's still going to be cold out there. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the couch.
Thank you, Colton, for the good news. I'm okay with the cold weather. I just hope it's not too windy, and the fact that it's not expected to snow or rain is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's what really gets you is the wind. I mean, my favorite weather is like comfy turtleneck weather.
Yes.
I love wearing my turtlenecks. I wore a turtleneck today, and it just made me so nice and warm, and I loved it so much. But yeah, I'm glad to see the sunshine coming back a little bit. I really am.
Me too.
But here is your campus news. This weekend, the Point Park volleyball team is hosting the River States Conference Tournament in the Student Center gym. The team's 22-8 regular season record was good enough to capture the River States Conference East Division title and the honor of hosting home court advantage for the tournament, They clinched the title last Friday when they beat Indiana University East and, when West Virginia Tech, who sat right behind Point Park in the standings, fell to Indiana University Kokomo. The tournament takes place Friday and Saturday and will feature 8 teams fighting for the title of champion. The championship game will be on Saturday at 6 p.m.
Students at Point Park can expect their tuition to increase 4.4% for the 2020-2021 school year. In an interview with The Globe, President Paul Hennigan said that 1.2% of that increase will go toward financial aid, citing that 93% of students receive it. Also, a chunk of the tuition increase will go toward a campus-wide upgrade that is expected to cost around $3 million and will take 3 years to complete. The first phase is expected to be finished by the end of next summer.
Point Park held a few Veterans Day events for the holiday on Monday. The university itself held a recognition ceremony in the Lawrence Hall lobby where Dean of Students Keith Palo honored faculty, staff, and students who have served or are currently serving. The event included a pinning ceremony for those they were honoring. Point Park's Honors Program walked in the Veterans Day Parade held by the city of Pittsburgh. The parade, which is the second largest Veterans Day parade in the country, celebrated its 100th anniversary this year. So I'm super excited for Point Park to be hosting that River States Conference tournament. It's going to be a really good one. They had a great season, and I mean, they clinched in a really, really nice game. I got to be on the call for it at the Point Park Sports Network this last weekend. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do. They are ranked #1 in the East. So, I mean, I can't wait to see what they're going to do and how they're going to, go about the challenges that this tournament faces. And the fact that it's home court advantage.
Exactly. Hopefully that will put them in the winning. And, I'm ready to cheer for Point Park as always. That's our team. And hopefully we can get that win.
Absolutely. Go Bison. Be there Friday and Saturday. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a great, great time. But make sure that you stay right there, because after the break, an American Idol contestant is headlining this year's Light Up Night.
And you can find out who that is coming up after the break.
Go. Go to our new website, uvu.pointpark.edu.
Go, 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 go.
Join UVU and find your herd.
Be like, join EOP. And 3, 2, join EOP.
I just said grab him now, or else I can.
Join On Point with Politics.
3, 2, 1.
Join Pioneer Sideline.
Loneliest number that you'll ever do.
And here is your city news. Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto announced the city's 2020 operating and capital budget on Tuesday. The most notable fact is that the plan does not include any increase in taxes. According to a release from the city, the proposed operating budget is $608 million. The mayor plans to allocate $16.9 million for street resurfacing and paving. The city council is scheduled to begin budget hearings next Wednesday, November 20th, and will make their final decision on December 17th.
The Office of the Mayor announced Thursday morning that Greg Flissram will be the new executive director of Pittsburgh's Urban Redevelopment Authority. Flissram currently serves as the interim president and CEO of the Economic Development Corporation of Kansas City. That organization is responsible for creating 3,500 jobs in Kansas City, as well as $1 billion in capital investment per year. Flissram will join current URA interim executive director Diamante Walker, who is being promoted to deputy executive director.
And the annual Light Up Night celebration in downtown will kick off in just 1 week. You can shop and eat food at the Market Square Holiday Market and watch the Market Square Holiday Market and watch the tree lighting ceremony at PPG Plaza, which will take place at 5:30 p.m. Rooftop fireworks go off at 7 as Highmark brings in the holiday season. Former American Idol runner-up Adam Lambert will headline the Comcast main stage on Fort Duquesne Boulevard and Stanwyck Street at 8:30. And then moving to BNY Mellon fireworks, finale will end the night with a bang starting at 9:30 p.m. For more information on other events happening throughout the day, you can visit downtownpittsburghholidays.com.
So I am so excited for Light Up Night. That is my favorite thing in all of Pittsburgh. There,
Me too.
I said it. Light Up Night,
The music,
110%.
the fireworks, the lights, it's amazing. I can't wait to go. I have gone the past 2 years that I've been here, and it's great to go out with friends,
Absolutely.
get some hot chocolate, eat some food, and all of the fireworks and see all of the displays that people have. All of the buildings turn their lights on, of course, for Light Up Night downtown, and it's just a perfect way to finally get into that holiday spirit.
Yeah. See, last year was my first time seeing the tree lighting ceremony because I didn't see it freshman year, but then freshman year I went and saw the concerts and I didn't get to see the tree lighting ceremony. This year I want to combine it all, and I cannot wait for Adam Lambert. He was my first ever concert back in 2009.
Wow.
So I really want to see him again, and I'm very glad he's coming here because he's coming here for free. We get to watch him for free.
You get to watch him for free. We just have to arrive there really early to get a good seat.
I had a really good spot for Andy Grammer freshman year, and I got there late. So it's all about being short and sneaking your way under people's arms.
There you go. And he was also, Andy Grammer was at Point Park not too long ago.
I know. It all connects. It's a really weird thing.
Well, we have coming up, one California school suspended more than a dozen fraternities following student's death.
Maddie Gillespie has your national news. Maddie?
Thanks, Nick and Taylor. 14 fraternities at San Diego State University have been placed on suspension following the death of a freshman. 19-year-old Dylan Hernandez died following a fraternity party last week. University officials have not yet released the cause of Hernandez's death, but said there is evidence that a fraternity may have been engaged in possible misconduct. The university police are investigating the circumstances and are trying to figure out whether alcohol or hazing played a factor in his death. Hernandez was in his dorm room when he fell off his bunk bed and hit his head. His roommate found him unresponsive and without a pulse. San Diego State University did not reveal the name of the fraternity that hosted the party he attended, but he was in the process of pledging to Phi Gamma Delta. In 2017, the chapter was placed on probation after being found in violation of regulations pertaining to alcohol at off-campus parties. Phi Gamma Delta was among the 14 fraternities suspended on Friday following his death. University President Adela De La Torre said that all but 3 of the 14 fraternities were already under suspension or investigation. The university would not comment on why they were under suspension or investigation, though. Although his death has not been declared as a result of hazing, fraternities have come under recent scrutiny in the past few years due to the number of deaths involved with it. The San Diego Police Department is not yet involved in the case, but will take over if Hernandez's death is ruled a homicide. That's it for national news. Let's send it back over to our host at the couch.
Thanks so much, Maddie. Make sure you stick around because after the break, we have your Pittsburgh sports recap.
And we'll also be showing you a special Thanksgiving recipe that you can make right in your dorm. We'll be right back.
The United Student Government at Point Park University, working since the 1970s to solve the issues that matter to you. What concerns do you have about the university? Student life, safety, food service? Send us an email to studentconcerns@pointpark.edu or stop by our office on the 7th floor of the Student Center. You can also attend our weekly open meetings on Mondays at 3:15. Follow us on social media at USG_PPU for more. The United Student Government, by the students, for the students.
The Point Park Sports Network, bringing you live coverage of Pioneer Athletics on Stretch Internet, the home of the River States Conference and the NAIA. Subscribe today for complete access to the Point Park volleyball, baseball, basketball, and soccer teams. Watch live and on-demand broadcasts and don't miss a minute of Point Park Athletics. Head to pointparksports.com/live for broadcast listings. The Point Park Sports Network, your streaming home for Point Park Athletics.
3, 2, 1.
Please visit our website. Please, it's a nice website. Please visit our website. Please.
If you have ever watched television, whether accidentally or on purpose, UView is for you.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Colin Tobias with your Pittsburgh sports news. The Steelers are back in the win column as they improved to 5-4 with a win over the defending NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Defense was key in this game as Micah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, and Terrell Edmonds all had 1 interception each, and Fitzpatrick also had a fumble return for a touchdown as well. Mason Rudolph and the offense did struggle at times, however, in this game, as they had 9 punts, a fumble from James Washington, and a safety, which was made by Rams defensive lineman and Pittsburgh native Aaron Donald, who played in the Steel City for the first time since 2014 when he was a member of the University of Pittsburgh. The Steelers were able to hang on, however, as they will face the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland tonight on Thursday Night Football. Moving over to the ice, the Penguins have played 3 straight games that have gone into overtime. The first 2 games were come-from-behind victories against the New York Islanders and the Chicago Blackhawks. The third game, played on Tuesday night, was a 3-2 loss to the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden. The Penguins are currently 10-6-2 and sit at 4th place in the Metropolitan Division. They will be back in action tomorrow night in New Jersey to take on the Devils. And Robert Morris University was on a national stage Tuesday night as they faced Pitt in basketball in the brand new UPMC Event Center on Robert Morris's campus, which cost over $45 million to build, according to the Tribune Review. Pitt was able to come out with the victory, however, 71-57 over the Colonials as they avenged their 75-70 loss from Saturday against Nicholas State. That's your Pittsburgh sports news. Let's send it back to our host for an easy eat.
Thanks, Colton. So as you guys heard, we are making a fun and special fall treat today. We are making pumpkin pie parfaits. So as you can see,
say that
we
5
have
times
all,
fast.
we have
Pumpkin
all
pie
of these
parfaits.
ingredients laid out here, and it's really simple and easy steps that you guys can follow back home. So hopefully you guys can get to do this and enjoy it. I think it's going to be great. So let's go through our ingredients. We have milk. We have almond milk. You can also use regular milk. We have Cool Whip. We have vanilla cookies.
A lot of Cool Whip.
Lots of it.
We'll
Vanilla
be eating that
cookies.
later.
We have mason jars to put the parfaits in. We have our pumpkin puree. And we have our cinnamon and our vanilla instant pudding mix. So these are really simple ingredients that you guys can get from your local grocery store. And it'll be really simple and quick to make at home.
And in your dorms.
Yes, and in your dorm room. So we have our instructions here. And the first thing is that we're going to mix together the pudding and the milk. So we're going to have our 3.4 ounce of instant vanilla pudding mix. That's going to go in this large bowl right here.
So is this the whole thing?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're going to go in with our almond milk. Like I said, you can also use regular milk at home. And we're going to use 2 cups of this. So Taylor's going to start with the
That took me a hot minute to open.
Oh, make sure you guys have your tools. We have our whisk. We have 2 spoons. And we have 1 teaspoon for our cinnamon.
So, Bree, what do you usually make any pies or any desserts for Thanksgiving?
I usually make cupcakes. So every year when my family and I get together, cupcake is like the one thing that I'm assigned to. Like, Bree is known for making the cupcakes, and that's what I'm doing this year. I usually do, here's your first cup. I usually do confetti because they're so delicious. I love confetti cupcakes, so that's usually what I do.
That's so precious.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie, apple pie, rhubarb pie, any pie I love.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad that we all do different things because my grandma and I make Texas sheet cake.
What's that?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I like to describe it to my friends as like a brownie mixed with a cake. It's obviously a cake, but it's kind of the consistency of a brownie. And what's special about the one that my grandma and I make is it's completely homemade. So we make everything ourselves, including the frosting. So it's a little bit longer of a process, but it's a lot of fun. And one of my favorite family traditions is that we keep that sheet cake on top of the fridge, and you're not allowed to take it off of the top of the fridge until you are done with your plate. And then all the kids take it down together. It's so fun, and I love it so much.
Delicious.
All right, am I waiting for this to be like a nice consistency,
Once
or?
that's blended together, we're gonna go in with our pumpkin puree. This is, what is this? 15 ounce. A 15 ounce of pumpkin puree. We're gonna go ahead and take this lid off.
And
we're gonna mix this in with the cinnamon, and then that'll kind of be like the pumpkin.
I think maybe if you just scrape it out, it should work.
We have like a.
Please don't cut yourself.
Okay. You want to go ahead and spoon
That's
that
a
in
lot
there.
of pumpkin.
Are we doing the whole thing? Also, that made a noise.
Yeah, it says to use the whole can of it.
Huh.
I think that'll give it that really thick consistency.
Right.
I mean, that's already a
And
pretty
it'll
thick
definitely,
consistency.
And
I
I think
think,
it'll make it
thicken up that
sweet.
Jello even more.
Yeah.
Make it more smooth.
Yep. Sorry, this is getting messy.
I think we planned for that, though.
We love pumpkin.
And we also need 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon to add
Okay.
in with this.
So
I think we
that's
could go ahead
over
and get
here. And then do you know which side? Either or.
I think it's either or, yep.
Okay, have you ever done the cinnamon challenge or watch anyone do the cinnamon
yeah,
challenge?
Throwback to high school. Oh my
Middle
God.
school.
Wait,
All right, I'm
that
gonna
was
do
middle
it.
school.
Because
that
that was the
Over
dumb
top.
phase.
Oh,
The dumb internet phase.
I feel like maybe I should take the top off.
Oh yeah, because it'll just sprinkle.
Right, there we go.
Also,
all right.
I'm making
we need
a
to.
mess.
You're good. We need to make sure that it's all off the side. Are we using the
Cool.
spoon for anything in particular right now?
So just 1/2 teaspoon, that's
Yeah.
all?
Actually,
Yep.
we should probably just use that spoon and just scrape it off
All right,
the sides.
1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon going into the mix.
This is a lot of pumpkin.
Yeah, and then use that spoon to like scrape it off the sides.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you get all the ingredients in
Clara,
there.
use the whisk. I don't know if that'll make sense. Like off the spoon. Yeah.
Oh, just mix it in. You
Yeah.
have to get, cooking is dirty for everything. You get powder everywhere. I have a little bit of cinnamon on me now, but that's
It's
a part
so
of the fun, right?
Thick.
Oh, okay, I have another tradition in my family. Whenever my grandma and I bake, especially when we do cookies, we take a little thing of flour and we like wet our hand or our finger and we dip our finger into it and then we do like the war paint but with flour.
That's so cute.
Also, this
I
is
love
so
Thanksgiving.
thick.
Here, let me see.
It's like,
It's an interesting consistency.
yeah.
It is. I've never had a parfait though. Is it supposed to be like?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
a little bit smooth.
I've had a
You don't want
parfait,
it-
I
yeah.
think, one time. Oh, you can smell the pumpkin.
Yes, it smells good. I'm not a fan of pumpkin, but I think
I'm
I'll
also not a
enjoy
fan
this.
of pumpkin. I think this smells like baby food.
Yeah.
I guess I have to eat it all then.
Oh,
woe is
also,
me.
we need vanilla cookie crumbs. So
Okay.
we're gonna start, crunching these up so we can use that.
Want to open that? Do we use both of them?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I won't have to go to the gym after this.
Oh, also, do you guys want to use the filling? We don't have to, we just need the cookie, but do you guys want the filling?
Oh.
It's up to you guys.
I think it'd blend together easily. It might be a little.
We could separate it.
All right.
So,
How do you
like-
want to do
Does
that?
anyone else want to try this?
Yeah.
By
My
itself?
hand is tired.
Oh, here. Let me. I love whiskey.
Yeah.
That
I
was always.
bestow the whisk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Okay.
Taylor and I could start tearing apart these cookies, and we're gonna mush it together in this little Ziploc bag. That way, it'll be easier to crunch it together.
You pretty much got it, Taylor. That's about it.
Yeah.
You just want to make sure everything's blended well
I just got
together.
tired.
and
I couldn't do it no more.
a nice consistency there.
Man.
It does smell really good, though. I mean, I can see why I think, don't they have pumpkin baby
Yeah.
food? Yeah, so it
Yeah.
definitely smells like that. And I'm
Are we
sure
using
because
the whole thing?
they probably
the
use
cookies?
real pumpkin for it. But
Right. Organic baby food.
right.
I'm not around baby food enough to have smelled other flavors of baby food. So,
But when I open that can, it instantly
Peas,
smelled
green
like baby food.
beans.
oh yeah. See, I'm not a big fan of pumpkin, but I love pumpkin seeds. I love to eat
Really?
pumpkin seeds so much. Yeah.
All right, so we're just crushing
Perfect.
these up.
Just, yeah, get in there with your fingers.
With your knuckles.
Oh, that was fast.
Yep. You don't want to make sure
this
that
is closed all the way.
Right, you don't want it to open.
All right, so we each have our little mason jars. This is Taylor's.
Because I don't like pumpkin.
This is mine because I'm also not the biggest fan, but I'm into trying new things, and this is next.
Of
He
course.
is a
I
fan of
love
pumpkin.
pumpkin. I'm
I'm
excited
glad at least
for
one
this.
of us is. That'd be a little awkward if they weren't.
Right,
So-
and pumpkin pie I felt like was always the dessert staple for Thanksgiving.
Can I be
I
honest?
love
Pumpkin
pumpkin
pie.
pie though.
I've never had a pie.
A pie or
A pie at all.
Any pie.
you never had apple pie?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we could go ahead and start layering this in.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we're gonna start with the cookie. I guess we could each take like what, a spoonful?
Right, here, do you want to use these spoons
Yeah.
or?
We could take like a spoon of this.
Oh, you want to use I meant the spoons to grab
Okay,
this
so
out.
cookie.
Oh.
What?
I'm already in here. Okay.
Cookies first?
Cookies first.
Cool.
Everybody go around for some cookies.
So you have some crunch in that
I want a
parfait.
cookie, I want a
Otherwise,
cookie.
it would just be
I'm gonna give you a
pumpkin
little
and Cool
more
Whip.
because yours is wider.
Yours might need a little bit more as well.
Okay.
Right. That looks nice.
So how you want to
Just a
layer
little
this is your choice, but we're layering it. Cookies.
And then Taylor,
pumpkin,
could you pass me the pumpkin spoon, please?
pumpkin,
Absolutely,
and
darling.
Thank you.
whipped cream. Oops, sorry. This is messy, guys.
So now the pumpkin comes next, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see about this.
Oh, she's creamy.
And we just
Yes. This looks good.
drop it in.
I'm interested.
Maybe I should have got more.
Make a nice layer.
Yeah, and this is something
smells
that's
so good.
so easy to make. Like, we just made it in, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Right. And you know, you just want a nice layer to cover it, and
Now that looks like baby food.
you know, it does a little bit, but at the end it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Here, why don't you try that?
So also it says when you're done that you guys could put this in the fridge and let it chill. I think it'll give it that better taste. But yeah, after you finish this, you could go ahead and eat it. This looks crazy.
I think you're getting it on the side more than you're
Yeah,
getting it down in.
Here, can we steal another one of those spoons? That way we can
Right.
Oh yeah.
get the ball rolling.
Here you go.
Oh, we need whipped cream. I mean, what's this called?
Cool Whip. Whipped cream, Cool Whip.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Cool Whip in here. Mine looks crazy. I think we should use Nick's for a demonstration because his looks beautifully layered.
Oh, thank you.
You
know,
can't even
mixing
see my whipped cream.
mixing pumpkin with the Cool Whip, but just going right in there. This is, you know, I do cook.
Okay.
I don't make a lot of desserts or
Wait, are there
bake
more
a lot.
spoons?
And I
Yes.
will
Okay.
say,
I'm going to steal another one.
I
for
have a
the cake.
feeling
Oh,
that
wonderful.
the parfaits that you see online, how pretty they are,
Yeah.
they can't be real. They have to be edited.
It's all about taste. It's not
Right.
always about look. We're not at a
Yeah,
restaurant.
and advertisements are all about advertising. You want to make
Right.
sure.
And at least for the parfaits, it's all
Did you do
about the
pumpkin on top of
layering,
whipped
so
cream?
you can see
More cookie.
the
More
pumpkin layer there. There's the cookies right at the bottom, then the Cool Whip, and then you just keep going with
Yeah.
cookie, pumpkin, and Cool Whip, and keep layering
Yeah.
until you reach
Okay.
the top.
I was going to say, I think we should try this.
Yeah.
I'm digging. I don't even want to wait. I'm gonna dig into it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Taste it. Where's my crazy?
Oh, I'm really scared for this, actually.
Take a small bite. I'll
Are we all
do the big
cheersing?
bite.
All right. Ready?
Dinking and sinking.
Mine is all whipped cream.
I have
Okay.
some pumpkin in
Ready?
Cheers.
there. Cheers.
This is good. This is good. This is good. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I
I'm
love
just
it.
here for the whipped cream.
And the cookie.
It's very light, very nice, pudding consistency. Great job. Bree, thank you for getting us to make, oh no. Thank you for getting us to make this. Oh wait, but we have to get you now. There we go. Well, that is it for our first cooking segment. We have to do another one.
Yes.
And we hope that all of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving next week. Bree, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to try this recipe at home and let us know how it came out for you guys. I agree that this is delicious. I can't wait to make some more. I might even make this for Thanksgiving. Ooh. But make sure you guys stay tuned for after the break because we have our Ray of Sunshine segment coming up.
What's one word to describe CAB?
Welcoming.
Community.
Creative.
Experiences.
Family. Openness.
Pineapple.
The Campus Activities Board is a student-run organization that consists of 7 different committees. Each focuses on event planning, marketing, and administrative activities. Join us in organizing the juiciest events on campus, from late-night bingo to festive dances to our team bonding meetings. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Point Park Cap, or like us on Facebook at Campus Activities Board at Point Park University.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Troop alongside Jess Paterchak.
Defending his decision to kick out 15 Cuban diplomats from the United States. Thanks, Allison. Fitness on Demand has returned to Point Park.
Residents fear that Mount Agung will have a repeat of 1963's eruption.
2-star NFL quarterbacks made the headlines this week after wrapping up.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Nick Tomarello, I'm Alex Grubbs. Have a great night.
Welcome back. Before we go, we would like to share with you this week's Ray of Sunshine.
And in case you're not familiar, Ray of Sunshine is our way of starting your day with an inspirational quote.
This week's quote is by Oprah Winfrey, excuse me, and it reads, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more." I think this is a perfect quote for, that pre-Thanksgiving type of mood that you've got. And I don't know, I just really like it. There was more to the quote that I didn't put in there because it just would take up too much time. But I think this quote stands perfectly on its own. When you find those little things in life, then you start to appreciate those more, and then you appreciate the little things about the little things. And it's just a snowball effect in the best of ways.
Yeah, I think we don't realize in the moment what we have, and we always see other things. We want that, we want that, we want to go after this, we want to go after what everyone else has, but we have to be thankful for what we have, and like it said, you'll get more in the end, so always be appreciative of what's in the moment.
Yeah, and I think especially with family members and friends and partners, if you love them intensely, they will be with you for the rest of your life. And I can't wait to, have Thanksgiving, not just for the food, but that's the time whenever I get to see a lot of my family that I haven't seen in a year.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm excited.
Well, that's all we got for this week. Thanks for watching.
You can catch clips from today's episode and all of our episodes from Daybreak on our Facebook page at Daybreak on UView.
And don't forget to check out the full episode and all of our episodes from UView on our website, uview.pointpark.edu. Tune in next week for the news you need. I'm Nick Tomarello.
I'm Brianna McCall.
And I'm Taylor Spirito, hoping your news is good news. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving, everyone.